Hello, my name is Bobby Perry. This is episode 119 of BPerryFilms podcast. In today's episode, I'll be talking about Cardi B's hair care line, Grow Good Beauty. And I think it's important for all of us to really know what's really going on and be in the moment of what could be happening in the future with the beauty industry. So I want to talk about some of the backlash, the marketing, her as a creator, her as a businesswoman, and what does this mean for the consumers? So I just want to do an open-ended case study. I'm going to be going through some videos, the website, some of the products, and seeing if this is going to be a great product for all of you to invest in. Because word on the street, this launch sold out in the first hour just of pre-sales. So I can only imagine when it goes into stores, it's gonna sell like crazy. And I believe it's gonna be one of the top hair care lines out there. So a little bit about Cardi B. She is a rapper, she's a reality show star, and she is a mother of four. And she has a great personality. She's very bubbly. She's okay with being judged or just being unique to herself. And she has a great quirky personality that makes you want to laugh and join in on the fun. And she's not that problematic, even though that her tour is called Little Miss Drama and is selling out everywhere. I think the show is sold out and it's going to be the top female rap tour sold out with the highest grossing. I don't know how to put it in words, but top grossing female rapper for concert. So when I heard about her launching her hair care line, Grow Good Beauty, I thought this would be great because she's been documenting her journey. She's talked about a lot of her insecurities that a lot of people deal with when it comes to the hair, whether it's length retention, breakage, not getting enough moisture, not recepting to certain formulas or colors or any of the sort. And a lot of people neglect their hair. And she realized that, I believe during the pandemic, she started getting more in tune with her hair, as she has discussed in multiple segments on her Instagram, live TV interviews. She has discussed about how when she was younger, she didn't really like her hair, and her hair looked different from everyone that she went to school with, and people judged her and made fun of her. And I'm starting to notice that there's been a lot of people of color who are judging her for not liking her hair and feeling like she's privileged because she's not black enough. And when I'm like listening to all these people talk, it's always saying her hair's not nappy, her hair's not coarse, it's not the same texture as theirs or something like that. And I'm just thinking in my head, look at all the people that are out here that wear weaves, wigs, extensions, fusions, K-tips, I-tips, lace fronts, everything. A lot of people are wearing other people's hair. So it's not fair for us to judge someone for not having similar or the same hair texture as someone. And it's not fair for you to say someone's not black because the hair isn't nappy or coarse or any of the sort, because that's a sign of racism and discrimination. Because not every black person has coarse hair. Not every white person has straight and silky hair. There's a mixture of different textures within many genres of different ethnic groups. And it's important for us to stop judging people for what we assume they are and take people for who they are. If a person identifies as black, let them be black. If a person identifies as white, let them be white. We're in a place now where color of your skin shouldn't be a very big talking point, because we already been through racism and it's somewhat repeating itself. And it's something that I really don't like about the black community right now, because every time when someone launches a hair care line, we're quick to judge. We have Taraji P. Henson. She's doing amazing things with her hair care line. We have Tracy Ellis Ross. We have Tia Mowry. We have Beyonce. We have so many different people, different hair textures. Some of them wear wigs, some of them wear weaves. So what? So what? So do all of you. And it's getting to the point where it's becoming very toxic because other communities are looking at us, people of color, and saying, okay, since they're bashing each other, let's bash them too and let's join in on the fun. And that's not fair to people who, especially the younger generation, who is trying to love their hair and cherish their hair. Just think of you when you have your young daughter, your son, and they're growing up and they're doing everything to get a perm, wear a wig, anything to hide the hair, and you just tell them that their crown is beautiful. Like, look at yourself in the mirror and say that the crown on your head is beautiful. And a lot of people can't say that because they're hiding behind wigs and weaves. So, as I digress from that segment, I wanted to bring some highlights to her career because I think what she's doing right now and how she's marketing it is that she's not making herself seem like an expert, but being more relatable to who she is and being true to who she is because all she can be is her. She says in the interviews that she may not be the smartest one in the room, but she's going to make sure that she looks things up so she can be educated like the people in the room. You know, and a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't read books. A lot of people don't do research. And that's one thing as a business owner you have to be able to do. You have to be able to take criticism. You have to be able to research. You have to be able to revise, improvise, deal with customers. It's a lot of things that go into it. And she has taken a long time to develop all these products and working with a great team. And she's being true to her authentic self. So we're going to go through a couple of videos and we're gonna recap certain moments and I'll press play.
It took me about since 2016 from now to grow my hair. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm using for it because I gotta test it out first on myself. This is the Gleese, Bronx girl, mother of four, walking down the block, being the baddest bitch. I'm very passionate about this and I really love this.
Then on did we building inside the hair or we coating on the outside or maybe we do both?
We're doing everything. We want big hair to grow. Something that I've been working for such a long, long time. When I was younger, I really, really used to hate my hair. Now that I'm older, I grew to love it, appreciate it, and it's really a part of me, you know. This thing up here, you know what I'm saying? This is natural down, natural strong hair. Grow good.
Okay, what I liked about this video was that she took real moments and you can see her in the lab doing the research, her experimenting with different products and how it works good on her. She took the time to let people know that she's not comfortable sharing her product until she has tested on herself. And a lot of brands don't do that. A lot of people are quick to giving out a shampoo, a conditioner, a treatment mask, a protein treatment, and not know anything about the history of hair. Hair is like a universal language. It communicates with all of us, it unites all of us. And she has openly said that she wears protective styles, braids, wigs, and she has taken the time to really get to learn her hair and understand her hair in a better lens. Because as she grew up, she learned to hate her hair because of how she was treated and being discriminated against. And there are moments where people who have straight, bone straight hair and they're just like, my hair can't curl, or I can't hold a curl, or I can't wave it, or whatever. Or there could be someone with tighter curled hair, and they're like, I can't maintain a silk press because my hair doesn't get bone straight. Instead, it has little ridges. You know, there's things that you like and don't like. Same thing with having fine hair versus coarse hair, and then there's low density versus medium density and high density. There's always pros and cons to all of them, you know? So it's going to be segregated into just a small group or just certain communities because we're all learning as individuals, we're all learning as people to become more efficient at what we do. Like I'm in trichology school right now and I'm learning everything that a cosmetologist would know, plus the science of hair and scalp, you know? And being that resource to help people understand what's going on internally along with externally so they can get a better understanding of how to be great at what they do. And that is loving their hair, appreciating their hair, and understanding the challenges that come along with being with that hair texture or porosity and density, you know? So I'm gonna look at another video and we'll go through that as well.
Let me tell you a little secret. I wear wigs, huh? But underneath is all mine. Look, real shine. I said, déjame compartirlo con mis amigas. Ready? And learn hairstyles to grow my own hair products. Nothing else. That's why I made Grow Good. It helps your hair grow good. Is that a punchline? You don't gotta thank me. Grow Good makes your hair grow good. Mwah. Okay, fine. You could thank me a little.
So as you can see, even with a silk press, her hair doesn't get completely straight. So as you can see, even with a silk press, her hair doesn't get completely straight. And what I like about her is that she's not, when she's showing her real hair, she's showing that, okay, just because my hair isn't silky straight, I'm still going to work with it. It's going to blow in the wind. I can whip it around. I can do a lot of things. And just because someone has long hair doesn't mean that it's healthy hair. And just because someone has short hair or low cut hair doesn't mean that their hair can't grow or it's not any good. And what I like about the brand itself, Grow Good, is talking about how you can grow your hair healthy if you do certain procedures to help your hair grow good. And it's a great punchline. So we're looking at the website right now. So I like that she has a plastic bag because who can relate to the moments of when you're just getting your hair done and you have the rollers in and you're walking to the grocery store with the rollers and you have like a little bonnet or something on. I worked in a grocery store. A lot of people do that, you know? So just imagine it's raining outside and you don't want to get your hair wet and you don't have your bonnet or anything to cover up your hair. You got that bag on your head. So I thought it was nostalgic and I think it's a great play on of different communities. So what I like about here is we'll start with it's a Shopify store. What I like about Shopify is that it gets straight to the point. We know that it's about marketing and we know it's about selling products. And she's more focused on selling physical products. And as we can see, we have the shampoos, the conditioners, um, a hydration mask, and a serum. I think it's a heat protectant as well. It's a pretty simple website, just a couple pages. The price. I think it was a lot lower than I thought it was going to be. I thought she was going to price at least at 25 to maybe $40 like most celebrities or high-end lines. And I like that when she speaks, she lets people know that in my community, not everyone can afford luxury hair care. And not everyone can treat the hair as good as it needs to be because they can't afford certain ingredients, certain hair care, certain services, and not everyone has access to go to a salon. And no better way than learning how to treat your hair than doing it at home and having a system that's affordable. And we're looking at the bottle sizes. Let me try to move in. So it says 10 fluid ounces, and they're probably concentrated. So this could last you for a good 10 months to a year, depending on how concentrated it is. They have regular standard shampoos, and then I think they have a clarifying shampoo as well, and then somewhat some bonus features. I'm not going to go into any of the ingredients because I'll leave that for a separate video. And a treatment mask helps you retain lymph. That's like your protein mass. It helps with damage and repair. And like I said, this was a heat protectant. And this is 1.7 fluid ounces, which is a good amount. Most heat protectants that I have are usually 1 fluid ounce. So that's really good. And everything is priced between $14.99 and $20. You know, that's a good price. And as you can see, she has a good email list, getting people's contact numbers, emails, so letting people know when the drop is going to be released because we're still not sure if it's going to be released in stores or if it's just going to be online exclusive. But I can probably see this at a Sally's. I could probably see this at your TJ Maxx. I can see this at Target. I'm not sure if it would be an Ulta or Sephora, but that would be great because it would have affordable hair care in there. Because when I think of Ulta and Sephora, I don't think of the most affordable hair care lines other than Design Essentials, but just naming a brand. And I think I was mentioning before for thirsty hair, if you need an extra repair, you would get these three products. But everything all together, if you were to buy the whole bundle, it ranges I think $70, which is not bad. And a hair care line that I use, I'm paying like close to $400 a year on products. So I think this is a great deal. Like I said, Cardi is going in a good market because it's not always about being the most expensive to produce a lot of revenue, but being where the people are. And the people are at your normal stores. Not everyone has access to these high-end branches because they're only in certain areas that are high prestige and they're focused on a certain clientele. But you have it in local beauty shops where it's accessible to people who are in cosmetology school or going for home, they will be more receptive and more people will consume and they will tell a friend and their friend will tell a friend. I can quickly see this making at least $500 million dollars in the first year, hands down. I think it's going to be a strong competitor. Um, I don't know what brands I would compare this to because I haven't seen the ingredients, but I'm definitely going to invest in the hair care line and probably give it to a subscriber. But I think it's a great way for her to diverse her portfolio because, as everyone knows, Rihanna, for example, even though that we know that she could sell out a stadium if she just dropped the album, no hesitation on it. But having a physical or digital business allows you to streamline your resources and also it cuts down on your labor costs because putting on productions, putting on tours, and not getting that much in return, that's what that tours cost so much because that's the main time that they're making the most money. Because album sales don't really make that much. Um, and interviews only can get you but so far. But I think the direction that she's going, she's making stable income. She can always release a new product every 6 to 8 months and keep up the marketing the way that she does, have organic marketing. I don't even think that she would have to pay for quote unquote influencers to market her work because the products will speak for themselves and people will be happy to post their results and seeing their before and after, share their stories. And I believe that she should just document her journey through the process, take us into the lab, let us know some of the backstories behind some of the titles of her products and how she kept everything so simple and so at ease. And, you know, and as we can see, and as we can see right here, she has close to 100,000 followers. Not that many videos, but this was the most interesting video right here. A shopping cart. And also when she had her pop-up shop, it was like a little grocery store. She had a little cat, making it so relatable because who doesn't go to a grocery store or a market and see little cats running around? And it brings that little homey vibe. So I think she should just keep everything simple. She has great personality, great work ethics, and I think she's gonna put a very good stamp on the market. And like I said, this is inclusive to people of many communities. I'm not sure if she's more focused to all hair types or if she's more focused on repairing her hair and length retention. That's something that she's gonna reach out to all of us and tell us about. And I hope you all enjoy the products. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed my analysis of this, and this is coming from a consultant standpoint. I think in general, I think affordability is its own niche because everyone just thinks of premium, premium, premium. But if people are just walking in and out like at a luxury mall, then you're not really making any money. But if you have something reasonable, we all have our definition of affordable. Not everyone's gonna be willing to pay $40 for a shampoo, let alone a conditioner. So starting out at $15, shoot, just think how many people are gonna buy more of those, and want to tell a friend about it. So, Cardi, I wish you good luck with everything, and I hope nobody took any offense to anything I was saying in the video. But I just want people to love and embrace who they are. Stop judging one another. Unless if you're creating your own hair care line, don't judge other people because behind those wigs and those weaves, do you have hair? Do you have healthy hair? Does your hair grow good? And that's all Cardi has to say. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Follow me on YouTube and Substack, BPerryFilms Experience, TikTok and Instagram, BPerryFilms, and LinkedIn, Bobby L. Perry. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.